Hey guys, it's Carl Brown of guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to finish out our look at The Ocean by Led Zeppelin by learning the outro solo. So we have a rhythm guitar part going on underneath this first, so I'm just going to show you that real quick. It's going to sound like this. Alright, so it's a pretty simple kind of triplet feel. We're just going to be doing this D major triad here on the 7th fret on the B, G, and D strings together. And then just move that up 2 frets. So do that over and over again. And then when the guitar part gets to where it goes, well, the rhythm part for that is... So that's just the open A string with the 12th fret on the D, then the 11th fret on the D. Then the same thing but on the D and the G strings. And then the same thing on the bottom 2 strings, done twice. Again. Alright, so let's get to this solo. We're going to start with a little kind of a rake across the strings. 11th fret on the G, 10th fret on the B and the high E. Just rake across it with a downstroke and roll the fingers so they kind of mute as you're playing them. Then you're going to play a whole step bend at the 12th fret on the high E string. Okay, and now we're going to play 12, 10. Then a half step bend at the 12th fret. And then the 12th fret, just normal. So we have this. We're going to follow that with the 10th fret on the B, 11th on the G, then a whole step at the 12th fret on the B. Alright, then we're going to play 12, 10 again, 11 on the G, back to that 12th on the B, and then you're going to finish this phrase with a 10th fret on the B. So the whole phrase. Alright, then you can pick that 10 again and kill it again. And then to the 11th fret on the G string, half step in. And then play 11, 9. Alright, so it. Alright, next phrase. Alright, so it's a lot of similar stuff. This kind of stuff is sometimes hard to get down note for note. So just try to follow along and piece it together, you know, just kind of phrase by phrase like we're learning it. So the same kind of rake, 12th fret bend again, whole step bend on the, and then 12, 10, half step bend. It's the same thing we started with the first phrase. Alright, then we're going to go 10 on the B, 11 on the G, back to 10 on the B. Alright, now a half step bend again at the 12th on the B. Then a little chromatic lick, 10, 11, 12 on the high E. Then a whole step bend at the 12th on the B. All together. Alright, then we play 12, 10 after that bend, 11 on the G, 12 on the B, back to the 11 on the G, back to the 10 on the B. So we have this. And then 12, 10. That's kind of the first half of the phrase. All together. This is the longest phrase, so this is really to be the most difficult one to memorize. Then we're going to have a whole step bend at the 11th fret. And then 11, 9, roll from 11 on the D to 11 on the G, back to the 11 on the D, and back to the 9. So we have this. One more time. Back to the 11 on the D, and then a whole step bend at the 11th on the G, then 11 normal, and 9. And that's the end of the phrase, whole phrase. All right, now we have the first entrance of this little melody. All right, so I'm going to show you that. There is a harmony part that comes in the second time through, but we're going to learn that a little bit later when we play this section the next time. So for now, we're going to start here, slide from 9 to 11 on the D, and then play 9. So we have, and then 12, 11 on the A string, 12, 11, then slide 7 to 9 on that A, then play 7, and then 9, 7 on the low E. All together. First time he plays this, he just ends that, holds that, and just slide up and down the low E string, and then do the exact same melody again. All right, now we go back into this next race. All right, so this is a little bit easier, it's not as many notes. We're doing this full chord here, this full D major chord, so it's the same notes we started with the rake before. You can add the 12th fret on the D string as well. Play that twice. He kind of actually plays them this time, lets them ring. And then whole step bend at the 12 again. Then let that ring, and then just pick it again, and then release the bend. And then pick it normal, then 10th fret, and then a whole step bend at the 12 on the B, then 12, 10, 12. So we have this. All right, from there we're gonna go 10 on the B, 11 on the G, and pause, quick little pause. And then we just do a little descending line, 12, 10 on the B, 11, 9 on the G string, to 11 on the D. Then end it with 11, 9 on the G. So we have. All right, next phrase. All right, so this one's moves around a little bit more, but it's actually easier to memorize. We're gonna start with the rake again to the whole step bend at the 12th fret, and then kind of slowly go 12, 10, then 10 on the B, and then 12, 14 on the B string, whole step bend at the 14 on the high E, then 14, 12, over to 12 on the B. So all together. All right, now we're going to do a whole step bend at the 15th fret on the high E, release it halfway, and pick it when it's just kind of a pre-bent, just a half step bend. Then 2 whole step bends at the 15 on the B string. All right, now we're gonna do this little repeated figure. 17 on the B high E string to 16 to 17 on the B. I kind of play it like this, it's kind of bunched up, but that way you don't have to roll anything if you don't want to. But so you basically repeat that 4 times. Now we go back to the main melody again. So that's the first time through. Then after that, we have that harmony part come in. So that is sliding into the 10th fret on the B string, then 9, then 11, 9 on the G, then the D, and then 12 on the A, back to 9 on the D. All right, now we have this next phrase. All right, so this one's a repeated figure, so as soon as you get it down the first time, it's pretty easy. The first two notes that you pick it are backwards and how you're gonna pick it the rest of the way. But we have, it's built around this D major chord, then an E major chord. So we're gonna play 12 on the D, 11 on the G, and then we're gonna do this little figure. It goes, so we're playing hammer 12 to 10 on the B, then hammer on to 12 to 10 to 12 on the high E string and pull back off to 10. And then the same thing again on the B string. One more time. All right, now what we're supposed to do is we're gonna go, you're gonna pick that 11 on the B string, on G string, and slide up to the 13th fret. Now that's gonna start the next pattern. And then you see we're pick the G string first there, then we go to the 14 on the D. So before we started it on the D string first, to the G, and then we did that little figure. Now we're gonna start with the G, slide into the note, then pick the D string, and then that's the way it's gonna be from now on. You're gonna do that same pattern again, but here at the 12th fret. Then of course you're gonna pick the G string again, slide back to where you came before, and then pick that D string, so it's now G to D again. Pick the G string again, slide up, then pick the D, pick the G string, slide down, pick the D, pick the G string, slide up, pick the D. And this third time through of doing both, you're going to end on the 13th fret there, and then jump back here to the 10th fret. So that's just a kind of a standard blues lick here. We're at the whole step bend at the 12th fret on the G, to 10 on the B, 10 on the high E. Do that 4 times. Then do it 3 times, 2 frets higher. Then a whole step bend at the 14th fret on the high E string. All right, back to that melody. And we're gonna end the song with the high version of that. But here on the D string, instead of playing 11, 9, you're gonna do a quick hammer on from 9 to 11, then play the 9. And then 12 on the A, back to that 9. So we have this. And that is the end of the track. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed following along. It's a pretty detailed lesson series, I know, but especially this outro solo, there's a lot of notes there, but break it down phrase by phrase and give yourself a little time to memorize it. Just come back to the video and watch it over and over again, and I'm sure you'll get it memorized pretty quickly. All right, I enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com. Bye-bye.